I don't only believe she could win, I believe she stands a better chance of winning than the current president, Joe Biden. And we can see that in two important states, right? Virginia, which is, of course, just north of North Carolina, and then the pivotal Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which if Joe Biden doesn't win, that map is cooked for him. So let's take a look at those two states. And what do we see there? What we see is in them, both of those states, we see that Kamala Harris is running stronger than Joe Biden is. In Pennsylvania, Joe Biden's down by 3 points to Donald Trump. Harris is down by just 1. In Virginia, a state Democrats have won in every single election going back to 2008. Yes, Biden's ahead, but just by 3. Harris is ahead by 5. And this is a consistent pattern that we have seen throughout the electoral map. When you average the polls and you don't just look at any one individual poll, you do see Harris doing about a point or 2 better. And you may say to yourself, Boris, hey, that's not that much. But you know elections in this country are decided by the smallest of margins. And more than that, Harris is able to do that despite the fact that her name recognition is not as high as Joe Biden. I believe she has more room to grow. And the fact is, given that Joe Biden's trailing, she really can't do considerably worse than he does.
Now, this could be why a new poll result came out saying that the vast majority of Democrats want Kamala as the replacement. 79% of Democrats approve of Harris replacing Biden if he steps aside. Roughly 28% of Democrats said Harris was more likely than Biden to win against Trump. About 32% said the vice president was just as likely, and 24% said she was less likely to defeat the former president in the fall. Now, here's my personal thing. I love representation. I love the representation of Kamala Harris. I actually cried when she was sworn in, which, by the way, was completely unexpected for me, because it was in that moment that it occurred to me that despite being told my whole life that I can achieve anything I want in this country, in this world, I had never actually seen anyone who looked remotely like me in a position like that. Maybe I didn't actually believe it could actually happen until that moment. But then she had this amazing opportunity and did very little with it, it seems. They swore her in and then stuffed her in the background somewhere. She would make occasional appearances, but they were few and far between. If she has actually been working diligently in the background, then great. But now would be the time that they need to let us know exactly what she's been up to for these past 4 years. We need to hear it. We need to see it. They need to keep talking about it. She could be the vitality that the Dem ticket is so desperate for, but they seem reluctant to use her. I don't know why. I'm wondering if it's too late for them to start pushing her forward now.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
What do you think about the possibility of a Harris nomination, Adrienne?
I think it'd be great if she were nominated on the ticket. I think she's completely capable and that she would hold it down without question. She'd be a great president. That I think that is a non-issue. I think that the issue is the American people. The fact is we have 2 old white men that are vying for president right now, in part because of how our society is still structured. You know, there's a reason Hillary Clinton lost. She was extremely capable, had the experience and the talent, but our society still is very much a patriarchal society. And that is why she didn't ultimately win. And we have to realize that our society is still very much a patriarchal society and a racist society and all these other isms that roam within our society that make it such that it's more difficult to find someone that we can put up to replace Biden, because the American people still necessarily will not allow someone who is not necessarily a white male to hold it down. And yeah, we had Obama, but that's one in what, over 100 plus presidents or so on. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of hope. That was his campaign promise, actually, was hope, right? Whenever Obama was elected. And then as soon as he was gone, we went straight back, not just to any other old white man, but to Donald Trump, of all people. Of all of them, we went to Donald Trump, who was like the most opposite that we could have thought of to replace Obama with. So anyway, looking forward to seeing what happens. Apparently a lot's going to happen in the next week. Maybe nothing will happen in the next week. We'll have to see.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.